Hello, Harmon Wilts, DEKALB Asgrow agronomist here today with Laurie Anderson, our FSR, and we wanted to just chat with you about a few products as we kind of move into the fall. Laurie, you had a chance to ride a number of combines and look at some of the products as you go forward. So what are some in your territory that you'd like to focus on for 2021?
Well, I'd like to focus on the mid-90-day maturity. We have a lot of products in there. We probably have 4 good, solid products in the 97-day. And we saw a lot of variable performance this year, but some of the ones that really stick out is 4727. Good old standby that handles drought really well, managed that dry June month that we had. So 4727, good solid hybrid that we've had out for quite a while. We had a dry June, and that product seemed to handle that drought stress better than some of the other 97 days. But 4754, 4755, a little bit newer product, had a tremendous year also. Had its good drought stress, comes out of the ground well, and we saw very good performance with that product. I guess some of my questions for you, Harmon, as agronomist, with so many in that 97 day, 4748, had a relatively good year, a little more up and down. Why was that? So when you look at 4727, 4747, 48, 4754, and 4755, what are your thoughts about this year and how those perform?
I think it's a lot of placement, and every year is a little bit different. If we take a look at a good example, kind of how I'd look at it is a product like 4565. Nice little product. Really needs to be in the lineup on our good soils that we're going to plant real early, and on our drought side of things. I think we got a brand new one in 4594 that I'm pretty excited about. Why? DEKALB really focuses on roots and stalks, and this is really good. It's a 2 and a 2 for stalks and roots, and significantly better on green snap than what we've had in that maturity. So I think that's a really nice fit to kind of add into the lineup as we go forward. 4747 has been solid. We really want to kind of keep that placed in that good to lighter soils, kind of from that perspective. 4754 has been a very solid, really good hybrid in the past. Probably didn't perform quite at the same level as it has in the last 3 years, but for me, I still want to continue to plant this on corn, plant it early, high plant populations, got very good stalks and roots. So I think, Laurie, in this it's the package thing that we need to run with. If you take a look at these 4 or 5 hybrids, next year they're going to all perform well. There'll be one that'll be just a little off, but that's why we want to plant a package really to stay with the solid products. So I think, and every year is a little bit different too on how much rainfall, moisture, temperatures, those kind of things. So I think you got a pretty solid package to work with here, and those are the ones I'd focus in on in 2021. Some things to keep in mind too are, Gosses wilt. We're seeing a little more this year. Did you see some more Gosses wilt when you're in the plots?
We did, and that is something to keep an eye on. Is if you're in Gosses wilt, like Melissa covered early products, and 4199 has been a great product, but we saw that its rating as a 5. We saw some Gosses wilt where it did take off some top end yield, but where 3955 and 4375 had better Gosses scores, performed really well all the way through those acres. And in the midday, we see some variable like 4565, great Gosses score 4, and the new one 4594 is a 5. So that's something you probably want to consider when you're placing it. The other 2 things about those particular products is probably the drought score. 4595 is going to do a little bit better on that heavier, high yielding soil. Keep your 4565 on maybe your lighter soil that tends to dry out, but Gosses is a difference between those 2 also.
Yeah, so really knowing your grower and knowing his field, so you can sit down and talk about, hey, which ones are going to be corn on corn, where have we had Gosses wilt, what fields do we always plant early, which ones maybe have poorly drained soils, and then really matching up the hybrids for where those locations are is really kind of key.